Hey everyone, welcome to After the Buzzer. This is our video series associated with our podcast Game Tape Rewind, where we talk a little bit more about a topic that is related to the main episode, but we either did not have time to get to it or we thought it might be better suited for video format. On this week's episode of Game Tape Rewind, we reminisced and broke down uh, what we would consider the best Super Bowls of all time. It is Super Bowl week while we're recording this, so in this episode of After the Buzzer, what we wanted to do is talk about, when you think about the Super Bowl in general, where does that rank in your list of the best spectacles of sporting events, compared to some of the other great sporting events throughout the world? And Eric, I think you've had some time to put together your list, so I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, by time 5 minutes before we did this. Yeah, and again, this is, biased to how much maybe you like the sport, but I'm trying to be objective into, my history with it and how much they've been exciting or enjoyable. This is probably unfair, but I don't think that it's in my top three. The World
Really?
Cup is definitely the best,
Hmm.
without a doubt to me. I don't think that's arguable among most legitimate sports fans because of obviously the grand scale that it is. So that's one. I'm going to put an asterisk to number two if I'm allowed to do that. And it would be the Masters if Tiger Woods is playing and
Okay.
healthy. But that's probably not moving forward. The Masters is going to fall off a lot, probably starting now, considering Tiger's health and everything. Um, this is when it gets a little finicky. I'm going to still go with the NBA Finals because we've got some pretty good ones of late. We also have got some good Super Bowls, but I just enjoy the finals more. They are getting better when it's different teams, which hopefully we'll have some different faces in the finals. Um, can't really say about the Super Bowl because Tom Brady's back again.
I don't
So
know. You might
maybe,
be wishful thinking on the NBA Finals there too.
yeah, it's true. I think I'd put the Super Bowl in a pretty right under the finals for third. So it's like a 3.5 for me,
Okay.
interchangeable maybe. In the World Series, just I think baseball's kind of fallen off for me, or otherwise, if this was maybe you were asking me this 6 or 7 years ago, I would have the World Series higher. I'd like to do a whole episode about this because we could go down to, Wimbledon, to this and that, to Daytona 500 if you wanted, to WrestleMania, to whatever. But that's my like reasonable top 3.5. But the Super Bowl still has a little work to do for me, and maybe it's unfair, but not touching the World Cup.
I think that's fair. I don't have the same list as you, but I also don't have the Super Bowl at the top. The World Cup is definitely at the top. It's so, the grand scale, as you mentioned, the excitement, whole countries rooting, finally, coming together, which doesn't happen that frequently nowadays. I had the fortune to go to the World Cup in Russia in 2018, which was just an unbelievable experience. Even not having the U.S. represented there, it was truly breathtaking. Number two for me is actually the Summer Olympics, and I don't know if you didn't think about this,
Oh,
but I
I
mean
did.
it's a similar concept. I mean, but the caveat there is you have so many sports that you can enjoy and watch, and I think when you think about big sports in America, a lot of the times the Olympic sports are really not that popular. So to get a chance to enjoy those on a world scale and see the best of the best. And again, the only rooting interest I generally have is, go USA. Um, some of my favorite sports are in the Olympics, in the Summer Olympics. Team handball is up there. That's always one that
Oh,
that I
wow.
enjoy watching. Track and field is pretty exciting, especially once you get guys like Usain Bolt in, and even swimming, Michael Phelps.
Of course. Yeah.
I think eventually, if the 2021/20 Summer Olympics do happen, which right now is in question, I definitely would want to do a Summer Olympics podcast episode on that.
Book it.
Okay. I would put the Super Bowl at number three because while it is such a spectacle, and the game is usually really high level, and you get the big halftime show and all of the commercials throughout the whole event. As a marketer and just somebody who enjoys commercials, I think that's always an added bonus. Um, but it is just one day, and maybe that's a little unfair to compare it to the Olympics and the World Cup. But I'm doing it anyway. So
It's our show. We can do what we want.
yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I think among the other big four sports, I would probably put the NBA Finals next, then the Stanley Cup Finals, and then uh, honestly, I don't even know how much I care about the World Series anymore. That's kind of become, if the Yankees are in it, I'll be into it. If they're not, I'll maybe tune in if there's something really exciting happening. But I can say this year's World Series I didn't pay much attention to until things got pretty controversial towards the end there. But those are ours. Let us know what yours are. Where does the Super Bowl rank for you? Do you watch it? Are you a football fan? If not, do you watch it just for the commercials or just to get together with people? Um, if you are a football fan, is the Super Bowl the best sporting event? We want to know what you think. So just let us know in the comments. Make sure you check out the main episode of Game Tape Rewind. It'll be available anywhere you get podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter at Game Tape Rewind. Like our page on Facebook. Just search Game Tape Rewind. And if you have any ideas, comments, questions, or concerns, please email us gametaperewind@gmail.com. We hope you enjoy the Super Bowl, and we'll talk to you next time.